Hi everybody, welcome to the Old Drive Shed. I've had a lot of people asking me, ever since I put up one video in particular about old bicycles. A lot of people didn't know that I'm kind of like an avid bicycle collector. I used to ride road bikes, professionally for quite a few years. And, well, actually, I've been racing road bikes ever since I was about 12 years old. And so now I find myself collecting the bikes. I still race them, but now I collect them. So I've had some people saying, like, can we see some of your bikes? I said, well, okay. I'm not sure what's the best way to show them here. They're all hanging up. So here we have an old rally Supercourse, made in England. It's about 1971. It's got Campy equipment on it. It's a nice bike. I ride that once in a while. I don't ride it very often anymore. This is the bike that my son rides. It's an old Peugeot from the 70s as well. It's been modified quite a bit. We've gotten rid of a lot of the really cheap stuff on it. Mind you, it's no great bike by any measure, but it's a nice old bike just to have. We've updated the chain, the chain wheels, new pedals, tires, rims, updated to a new saddle, which is actually an NOS saddle. I don't know how he rides with that, but he is. This here is a fixed wheel bike. It's a bike that I use for training. Nothing special. Here's a Trek 7300 FX that I ride. And my wife's bike. It's the companion bike to this bike here. It's a Trek as well. Let me see. Oh, over there we got the tandem bike that everybody here has ridden at some time or another. And we've had that thing going so fast you wouldn't believe it. And here, over top of me, is my KMX trike. It's a cool bike. It's kind of neat. It's hanging up there upside down, obviously. It's a three-wheeler. It's just kind of funky. Back over here, this is some of the antique bikes I have. Well, two of these bikes over here are antique as well. But this is an old Cleveland. It's been in a couple of videos. This is the bike that got some people asking some questions. Like, what kind of bikes do you have? It's an old track bike. It still has the stopwatch attachment here, where the guy would stick his stopwatch in there and time himself out at the track. This bike here, the red one, they're stuck here. The red one is a Superior. Same company that made the Superior, Superior high wheel bikes, which I don't have. This is not part of the bike. I don't have a Superior high wheel bike. I'm hoping to get a Superior, a high wheel bike of some sort. I don't care if it's a replica. I'd even take a Bone Shaker. I'm not too crazy about a Bone Shaker, but I would take a Bone Shaker. Here we got another old race bike. These are old track bikes, all three of these. This is a Supercycle, believe it or not. It's the only Supercycle I would say I ride. It's kind of unique. It was raced in Ontario here by a racer way back in the 30s. And yeah, it's had a horrible paint job, but this is how it worked out. Gotta clean it all off sometime. This bike's original. So is this bike. This bike was raced by a racer in Detroit who actually went over the guardrail around the side of the track and fell 20 feet and broke the bike completely in half. This bike has been busted completely in half right here and down in the bottom here, just right there. And it's been braced back together. And I've raced all over the place with that thing. This is a bike that I actually found last summer. Ignore this. This is for an upcoming ride. My son and I are going to do a really long road ride on this bike. And the one that's behind me. So this is actually an old CCM bike. Quite old. And of course, it's got new rims, new tires, all that stuff. A pump stuck on it there now. The only thing that's really original is the frame, handlebars and stem. Everything else has been changed because the bike was in such bad condition when I got it. Hiding back in here, this is actually a Massey Harris silver ribbon bike. You can tell it's not looking too good, but it's all original, and I've lacquered it. It's like a rat rod, you know. I've lacquered it. It looks rusty, and it is rusty, but it's not powdery. And bike back here, this is an Ivanhoe. It doesn't have the proper fork on it because the fork is actually being repaired. So I got this fork in it so it can hang there. I have all the parts to complete it as well. And of course, this is the Supercycle bike, which was my dad's, who gets the honorable spot of first on the wall here. It has a Brooks saddle on it now. I had a person say, "Does it have a Brooks saddle?" And I was like, "No, it doesn't." Well, now it does. So there you have it. This is what's in the workshop, you know, along with lots of wheels and tires and, oh god, inner tubes and old bike paraphernalia, you know, saddlebags. These are full of bike tools. There's an old bike tool too. I'm assuming this is a bike tool. Came in a bag that was originally on this bike. That's not the original bag. I have it here though. It's pretty stiff to open up with one hand. So you can see it's a collapsible wrench with all the different sizes in it. Anything right from the pedal wrench all the way down to, well, whatever you need it for. And it's just kind of neat. So yeah, there you have it. Oh, more wheels, Model T wheels. Yeah, believe it or not, I'm working on a Model T right now. Sort of. You know, a long time ago I had a video, and sitting right here in this spot, well, I had an International truck, a high wheel truck. And to get parts for the truck was so hard. A person came along and bought the whole truck. He said, "I got the same thing," and I saw his truck, and he deserved to have the parts more than I did. So I sold it to him. So I emptied out the shop, and now it's full of all the bicycles. Oh yes, and here's that Rally. A couple people saying, "Wow, that's that old 1939 Rally." Yes, it is a 1939 Rally, and it looks like it's been around many more years than that. So, but it does work pretty good. The only thing that's not original are the pedals, because one was bent pretty bad. And the seat. Everything else on the bike is original, even the seat post. In the pump too, it's all original. So hopefully that takes care of people's some curiosity that they've had about, you know, what do I have in my workshop? And oh yeah, up above in the attic, it's loaded with bicycles up there too. Old antique bikes and parts, and you know, me and bicycles is really it's like a tough thing for me to kick. You know, I just can't get away from the bikes. But my the bike I really want is well, there's two. Really want a CCM Flyer. Always wanted to ride one of those, just see how fast I could go on it. And a high wheel bike. It has to be a 56-inch wheel though. Probably no smaller than the 54. But those don't drop out of the air. So anyway, see you later.